Okay, we got a leather pancake style holster here. This is, not that it matters, this is for a Springfield XDS semi-pistol. It's for you tech people. This is 2 layers of 8/9 ounce vegetable tan leather being sewed with a 24 needle and 277 thread in the top and 207 in the bottom. It's fairly straightforward. Somebody's always asking me how long this takes to sew one of these, and to tell you the truth, I kind of wondered myself. So somebody watching, keep your eye on your watch, or I guess we'll have the time stamp on the video, huh? This is already, you can see this is the stitching phase. This is already cut, glued, stuck together. The edges have been trimmed. Everything lines up real nice. A lot of times a holster would already be dyed before I get this far, particularly in the case of a carved holster. The artwork would have already been done. This one here is fairly straightforward deal. It's going to end up being literally dipped in a box of dye, all one solid color. So we're going to go ahead and use, we got natural leather and natural thread. Somewhere along the line here we get this stitched together, and I'll just dip dye the entire thing and dye the thread right alongside the leather. It's a little bit of a knack to these things. Somebody will scream about learning curves with these machines. It's like anything else, you know, you get used to yours, I suppose, better than just one in general. In the end, it's not that difficult. And skipping the fancy speeches, basically all I'm doing is getting that needle to follow that line that I've already marked on there. So get her straightened out here out of the curve. That's made it a little better. I'm going to sneak up on that same hole I was in before, right back where I started, before I make that turn. And I get to the end there. I'm going to back stitch that just a couple just to lock that stitch down. And that's all there is to that. Cut that off. Sometimes people will ask me why I don't go up both sides of that belt slot right there, but the fact of the matter is that outside edge is already so close to that belt edge that another row of stitching along here, it really isn't going to gain anything, and I personally think is going to weaken the leather more by putting more holes there where they really don't need to be anyway. Okay, flip it around the other side, get my thread out of the way, and this time I'm going to start a little bit different, just because because it's easier for me to reach going this way. Which way you go, it's really immaterial. And I'm going to start in reverse this time because I want to back stitch and lock these stitches at the top because I'm not coming back here. Once I get done with this spot, then I'll go on around the rest of the holster. But not back here. It might be a little close to that edge for that. There we go. Okay, again, I'm going to hit that same hole that I was in when I started back around that direction. Just about like that. And I'm going to back stitch this end a couple of times. And maybe one more. Okay, pull a little thread, cut that off, and somebody stop the clock. See what kind of time we got.